Lifestyle choices play a pivotal role in determining how long and how well we live. Recent research has shown that modifiable factors, such as diet, psychosocial health, and especially physical activity, have a more profound impact on life expectancy than genetics alone. Regular exercise is widely recognized for its benefits to cardiorespiratory, skeletal muscle, and metabolic health. But how do different types of sports influence our lifespan? Today, we'll explore a groundbreaking study that analyzed data from over 95,000 international athletes to reveal the complex relationship between sports participation and longevity. Researchers collected data from public sources including Wikidata and Wikipedia, focusing on elite athletes from 183 countries and 44 sports disciplines. The study included athletes born between 1862 and 2002, with a remarkable 95.5% being male. By comparing athletes' lifespans to those of the general population and accounting for sex, country, and year of death, the study aimed to uncover how different sports impact longevity. This large-scale approach provides a unique window into the effects of athletic lifestyles on human health and lifespan. To assess the impact of sports on longevity, the researchers introduced the concept of age delta, the difference in years between an athlete's age at death and the average age of the general population of the same sex and country. A positive age delta means the athlete lived longer than average, while a negative value indicates a shorter lifespan. This method allowed for fair comparisons across different regions and time periods, ensuring that the results reflect the true influence of sports on lifespan. Study found that, overall, male athletes enjoyed a median lifespan extension of about 3.1 years compared to the general population. However, the benefits varied widely depending on the type of sport. Sports like pole vaulting and gymnastics were associated with the greatest increases in lifespan, with extensions of up to 8.4 and 8.2 years respectively. On the other hand, some sports such as sumo wrestling and volleyball were linked to a reduction in lifespan, highlighting the complex interplay between sport type and longevity. Female athletes, the picture was more nuanced. Only 4.5% of the observations were female, and the median change in lifespan was a slight decrease of 0.7 years. Most sports showed negative or minimal impact on female longevity, with only golf and racket sports, like tennis and badminton, showing significant positive associations. The limited data for female athletes, especially from non-Western countries, means these findings should be interpreted with caution. Among male athletes, certain sports stood out for their positive impact on lifespan. Besides pole vaulting and gymnastics, sports like fencing, archery, and various track and field events, including running, hurdling, and jumping, were linked to lifespan increases of 4 to 7 years. These sports often combine aerobic and anaerobic elements, suggesting that a mix of endurance and strength training may offer the greatest longevity benefit. Not all sports were beneficial. The study found that sumo wrestling, volleyball, handball, martial arts, and mountaineering were associated with reduced lifespans in male athletes. For example, sumo wrestlers had a median lifespan reduction of over 9 years. The reasons may include the physical trauma, extreme diets, or unique risks associated with these sports. These findings highlight that the type of physical activity matters as much as the activity itself. Popular team sports like cricket, rowing, baseball, and water polo generally showed positive associations with lifespan for male athletes. However, the benefits were modest, often ranging from 2 to 6 years. Football, soccer, and basketball showed minimal or no significant impact, while handball and volleyball were exceptions with negative associations. These results suggest that the social and physical aspects of team sports can be beneficial, but the specific demands of each sport play a crucial role. Racket sports, including tennis and badminton, stood out as consistently beneficial for both male and female athletes. Male racket sport athletes lived up to 5.7 years longer, while female athletes saw an extension of about 2.8 years. These sports combine aerobic activity with coordination and agility, which may explain their positive effects on longevity across genders. Study theorizes that the aerobic and anaerobic characteristics of each sport influence their impact on lifespan. Mixed sports, which blend endurance and strength training, seem to offer the greatest benefits. These activities improve cardiorespiratory health, muscle mass, and metabolic function, all of which are linked to lower risks of age-related diseases and longer life. Interestingly, the relationship between exercise and longevity is not linear. While moderate activity is clearly beneficial, extremely vigorous or prolonged training can sometimes have the opposite effect, increasing the risk of cardiovascular events or injuries. This U-shaped relationship means that more is not always better, and the type and amount of activity should be carefully considered. Physical training can influence molecular markers of aging, such as telomere length, DNA damage, and inflammation. Endurance athletes often have longer telomeres and lower levels of inflammatory markers, which are associated with slower biological aging. However, extremely intense or prolonged endurance sports may actually accelerate some aging processes, highlighting the need for balance. Another interesting factor is hypoxia, reduced oxygen levels experienced during intense exercise or altitude training. Some research suggests that intermittent hypoxia can trigger beneficial stress responses in the body, potentially extending lifespan. This hormetic effect may help explain why certain endurance sports are linked to longevity, though more research is needed. Study found that female athletes generally experienced less benefit or even a negative impact from professional sports compared to males. Several hypotheses are proposed. Women already have a higher baseline life expectancy, may be more sensitive to the stresses of intense training, or could be affected by dietary and hormonal factors unique to female athletes. Additionally, social and behavioral differences such as lower rates of smoking and alcohol use among women may mean there's less room for improvement through sports. It's important to note that the study's findings are limited by the available data. Most observations came from Europe and North America, and female athletes were underrepresented, especially from non-Western countries. The study also relied on publicly available data, which may favor more famous or successful athletes. These factors mean the results may not be fully generalizable to all populations or levels of athletic participation. Study did not account for ethnicity, education, or socioeconomic status, all of which can influence both access to sports and patterns of aging. Some sports are more accessible to people with higher incomes, and these same factors can affect health outcomes. This is an important area for future research, as understanding these influences could help make sports and their benefits more widely available. Elite athletes often follow unique lifestyles, including rigorous training, specialized diets, and social environments that differ from the general population. These factors, along with the transition to post-retirement life, may all influence lifespan. For example, some sports require high-calorie diets, which can have different effects depending on the context and the individual's overall health. Participation in sports may encourage healthier behaviors beyond physical activity. For example, male athletes are less likely to smoke or drink excessively compared to the general male population. These behavioral changes can have a significant impact on lifespan, suggesting that the benefits of sports may extend beyond the physical to include positive lifestyle choices. While the study focused on elite athletes, its findings offer valuable insights for everyone. Engaging in regular physical activity, especially sports that combine endurance and strength, can contribute to a longer, healthier life. However, moderation is key, and it's important to choose activities that suit your body and lifestyle. The social and psychological benefits of sports, such as teamwork and stress relief, also play a role in overall well-being. Still much to learn about the relationship between sports and longevity. Future studies should aim to include more diverse populations, especially women and athletes from underrepresented regions. Incorporating data on ethnicity, socioeconomic status, and lifestyle factors will help paint a more complete picture of how sports influence lifespan. As research continues, we'll gain a deeper understanding of how to maximize the health benefits of physical activity for everyone. Summary: this large-scale study highlights the complex relationship between sports and longevity. While most male athletes benefit from extended lifespans, the effects vary greatly by sport and are less clear for females. Mixed sports that blend endurance and strength seem to offer the greatest benefits. Ultimately, staying active, choosing the right type of sport, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle are key to enjoying a longer, healthier life. As science continues to uncover new insights, we can all make informed choices to improve our well-being.